Hello students. Now we are going to start the next topic, that is conical pendulum. Now conical pendulum is a simple pendulum in which the motion is given such that the bob of this simple pendulum describe the circular motion while the string of this simple pendulum describe a cone. Now when we consider a simple pendulum, if we rotate it like this, then this bob describe the circular motion while the string of that simple pendulum describe a cone. Now here S is a rigid support to which that conical pendulum is hanged. Here is the length of that string. T is the tension in that string. When we rotate it, it produces a tension in that string. H is the vertical height of that conical pendulum. R is the radius of circle along which that bob describe the circular motion. Now this tension is directed along the string of conical pendulum. Now this tension can be resolved in two components. Let theta is the semi-vertical angle of conical pendulum. Semi-vertical angle of conical pendulum. Now, if this angle is a theta, then by the geometry of figure, this angle again becomes this angle is equal to theta. Now, if the tension in the string is a capital T, then this tension can be resolved in vertical component and horizontal component. Now, the vertical component of tension becomes as T cos theta, and the horizontal component of tension becomes as T sin theta. Now, this vertical component directed in upward direction, while the horizontal component is directed toward the center of circle. Now, the forces in that case, the forces acting on a bob of conical pendulum are the weight of this bob in downward direction, which is equal to mg, and the tension is along the string of the conical pendulum. Now, when we observe this condition, this vertical component of tension T cos theta balances the weight of bob in downward direction, while the horizontal component T sin theta provides the necessary centripetal force for the circular motion of bob. Therefore, we can write from first condition, we can write this weight of bob is balanced by vertical component of tension. Therefore, mg is equal to T cos theta, equation number first, and the horizontal component T sin theta gives the required centripetal force for the circular motion of bob. Now, therefore, we can write, now what is the centripetal force is given by equation mv square upon r. Therefore, centripetal force mv square upon r, where m is the mass of bob, v is the velocity with which that bob perform the circular motion, and r is the radius of circle along which that bob perform circular motion. Now, that centripetal force directed toward the center is provided by the horizontal component T sin theta. Equation number first and equation number second. Now, divide equation number second by equation number first. Dividing equation second by equation first, we get what we get. Right now, what is the equation second? mv square upon r. mv square upon r whole divided by mg is equal to T sin theta divided by T cos theta. T sin theta divided by T cos theta. Now, this T get cancelled. This mass of bob get cancelled with this m. Therefore, we can write v square upon r into g is equal to sin theta divided by cos theta is equal to tan theta, or v square is equal to rg. This rg is in this side, this rg is in denominator. On this side it becomes multiplied to tan theta, rg into tan theta, or v is equal to, taking square root on both sides, square root of v square is v is equal to under root rg tan theta. Now this is the required equation for linear velocity of bob of conical pendulum performing the circular motion. V is equal to rg tan theta, where r is the radius of circle, g is the acceleration due to gravity, and theta is the semi-vertical angle. Now we know that if we consider a conical pendulum, as we increase the velocity, if we consider a simple pendulum and when we rotate it, revolve it, then as we increase the velocity of that bob, its radius of circle goes on increasing. As we increase the velocity, the radius of circle goes on increasing, and the semi-vertical angle also goes on increasing. This bob goes up and up. Now when we decrease the velocity of linear velocity of bob, then that bob comes down and the radius of circle decreases, and finally it becomes equal to 0. Therefore the radius of circle and the semi-vertical angle of this conical pendulum depends on the velocity of bob, which is given by v is equal to under root rg tan theta. Now the final equation for velocity of bob performing circular velocity of bob performing circular motion in a conical pendulum is given as v is equal to under root rg tan theta. V is equal to under root rg tan theta, where v is the linear velocity of bob with which it performs circular motion, r is the radius of circle, g is the acceleration due to gravity, and theta is the semi-vertical angle. But we know that the linear velocity v is equal to r into omega, radius time angular velocity, and from the geometry of figure, here theta is semi-vertical angle and this angle is 90 degree, while r is the opposite side of this angle theta, while h is the adjacent side of this angle theta. Therefore if we take the angle or trigonometric ratios tan theta for this angle theta, we can write tan theta is equal to, what is tan theta? Tan theta is nothing but opposite side divided by adjacent side. Now for this angle theta, opposite side is small r divided by adjacent side is small h. Now put these values, v is equal to r omega and tan theta is equal to r divided by h in this equation. We get r omega is equal to under root r into g in bracket r upon h. Now squaring on both sides, squaring on both sides, we get r square omega square is equal to rg in bracket r upon h, or it becomes as r square omega square is equal to this r into r square g divided by h. This r square get cancelled with this r square, therefore we get omega square is equal to g divided by h. Now taking square root on both sides, we get, taking square root on both sides, we get square root of omega square is omega is equal to square root of g divided by h is under root g divided by h. Now this equation, this is the second equation and this is the first equation. This second equation gives the angular velocity of bob performing circular motion, while the equation first gives the linear velocity of bob performing circular motion in a conical pendulum. Now this angular velocity depends on acceleration due to gravity, which is a constant, while this angular velocity depends on the height, vertical height of this conical pendulum. As the angular velocity of bob increases, if we increase the number of revolutions, then its vertical height goes on decreasing, and the bob of conical pendulum goes in upward direction. Now, as we decrease the angular velocity omega, that is number of revolutions, as we decrease, then this bob goes in downward direction, which increases the vertical height of conical pendulum.